This is one of the best boss events ninjakiwi's ever done. We've got Dread Bloon, but quickly you can realize it's in chimps mode. On the map 3 mines round, with a bunch of modifiers, the most notable ones being the boss has 40% HP and 70% speed, which is kind of a given. The boss has to be weaker if you're trying to defend it in chimps mode. But yeah, we're in new ranked mode as per usual, and it is a timed week with the top times right now being in about the 6-minute range. The top 2 times are cheaters, by the way, don't worry about those. However, I don't have much time to complete this event. I think if I can get sub 10 minutes, I'll be pretty happy with that. So let's see how I can do. Okay, here we go, guys. We're gonna have to be fast and calculated with my strategy. I think off the start, I'm just gonna get my hero down, which is Geraldo. And we'll try removing some of these obstacles as well. That's the nice part about them doing that on this map, because even though it's chimps mode, we're gonna get a little bit of extra income from these removals. And my goal is going to be to have all of them removed by the end for the maximum cash. But then on top of that, as you can see in round 2, there is a lot more balloons coming out from just the regular round set. But wait a second, I need to pop the rounds faster. I can't get those time penalties. ninjakiwi has adapted the round set to include a lot more balloons, so you're not going to be super strapped for cash. You're still going to not have a ton of money for your defense, but you'll have more than regular chimps mode, you know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm going to get a Mermonkey down. And the idea with this Mermonkey is I'm hoping to get an Abyss Dweller early. That should be a pretty effective defense for these more dense rounds, but then on top of that, it also can pierce buff spike factories, and I want to use a spike storm strat for the tier 1 defense. So I'm trying to stay 2 steps ahead here. You can call me Nikado Avocado. So let's get this guy up, and I'm hoping that's pretty much all the money I have to spend for a while, because my goal is to get 4 of these crystals removed before round 40 hits. Those crystals being the 2 that I'm currently working on, this $10,000 one and the $25,000 removal. Okay, we got the money for the first 2. Let's start oh, we don't have enough money for this one, but I'll have it soon. But yeah, if I can do all 4 of those removals early, I think I'll have a solid amount of money for this tier 1 defense. Then hopefully be able to defend it without that much time spent. Okay, I can afford it this round. Let's start it. Round 14, which means in round 24, I'll earn 15,000 from this. So I'll need 10,000 extra to start this removal, which we need to start this removal before round 30 hits if I want the cash from it for the tier 1 defense. Okay, we've earned the 15,000 now. I'm still 4,000 away though. I should make 4,000 in the next couple rounds. I do need to invest in probably Echosense Precision. Is the best play against early Camo Bloons? Well, I guess I could have went for a Spike Factory, because I am going to be using Spike Factories for the tier 1 defense. The thing about it though is Spike Factories are more expensive, and I'm really trying to limit my spending just to make sure I can afford this removal in time. Better to play it safe than be sorry, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm limited on time to complete this event. I gotta be efficient. It looks like round 28 most likely I'll go forward. Well, actually no, we'll need lead popping power for round 28. So maybe round 29 I can afford. And for lead balloons, let's go for a Alchemist. Yeah, on strong targeting. Is this enough? There's fortified leads as well. Okay. And we can't get a time penalty. Ooh, that's not enough. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Okay, what if I buy 1 crosspath upgrade on Alchemist? Just stronger acid. Maybe? Okay, it looks like we popped all the leads down. Do I get time penalty is the question. Ooh, I might. I think I can avoid that time penalty though, just through better targeting. Alright, let's see. Come on. No time penalty? There we go, perfect. And I'm $200 away from affording. I've got to be able to afford this on round 29, right? Yeah, there we go. That's fantastic. So that means I'll make the money from this removal on round 39. Which I kind of wanted to make sure it was before round 40, because we want to prepare abilities for the boss. So that having the cash influx 1 round beforehand is actually kind of important. Now, what's my plan for the tier 1 boss? Because it's Dread Bloon, I can't just spam Spike Storms and have that defend the entire boss, right? So this is what I'm thinking. We use 1 or 2 Spike Storms to pop the primary immunity, and then for the other immunities, I will go for a Super Monkey Fan Club, which deals a ton of damage if I pair it with a Glue Strike. And that should be able to take down the tier 1 boss pretty quickly. I might need to get more defense this round though. We still have avoided time penalties, which is good. Wait a second, ceramics. I'm dead against these. Okay. We need more defense. So here's what I'm gonna add. Let's get a village right here. And I'd kind of want to keep somewhat track of how much money I'm spending on the support category, because one of the things I will want to rush in this setup is a Sun Temple. That'll give me some really important buffs and discount my future defenses too. But as far as this round's concerned, let's go for 2 discount villages. And then underneath double discount, I will just get a glue hose. I think that'll be enough defense. And we can make this into a glue strike later. Come on, Abyss Dweller, you got this. We are kind of handling. I think I'm good. Yeah. As long as we don't get a time penalty at the end of this round. And it looks like we avoided that. Perfect. And we've made the 37k. Okay. Now with me talking about the support temple, maybe for the tier 1 defense, I actually just get a sun avatar in here as well, because that can also deal some decent damage with the glue strike. But I do need to think about how I'm spending my money. Let's get jungle drums in this village. Let's get a spike storm right about here, and I can have my sun avatar in this location underneath triple discount. This also encompasses all of my support towers that I've placed, which can act as sacrifices later too. As I was saying though, I do want to get a Super Monkey fan club, and I don't actually want to sacrifice the Super Monkey fan club. Having primary sacrifice isn't really important. I'm only looking for support. So let's get our dart monkeys like out of the range. And I want to make sure I'm preparing one Super Monkey fan club ability. We'll have glue strike bot. So I think we'll just have this set up with sun avatar. Let's go. Cool off the abilities. Okay, I ended up switching around the placements a little bit because I wanted to have the Spike Factory as the closest tower to this Alchemist, just in case I want to Alch buff my Spike Factory. And I've got 28.4k, so if I buy this guy, I've still got 8k remaining, which is actually pretty good. I think what I'll do is spend a little bit more money on the support category because I need to anyways to hit the 25k support sacrifice that I want for the temple. So I'll get a primary mentoring up, allowing me to get free tier 1 dart upgrades. Alright, and I've still got 4.6k remaining. I think probably just continuing to upgrade these dart monkeys is the most effective use of my cash. And here we go, it's time for the tier 1 defense. Basically, the plan is Spike Storm, take care of the primary immunity, and then Glue Strike and Super Monkey Fan Club for the next 3. And Sun Avatar is going to help me out on the damage as well. Let's go. Spike Storm? Please say this is enough damage. Oh, it's not. Wait. Oh no. That's going to take a while. We can put the Sun Avatar on strong targeting to help out a little bit. And the problem is, once I'm going to get through this primary immunity, it's going to be outside the range of a lot of my darts. I thought one Spike Storm would do more, to be honest. You can see how fast we're damaging the other tiers down. I could test a different defense, though. Let's just see what my time is for the first attempt. Okay, we'd be like over a minute. And one other thing I can do is use a pickle on my Sun Avatar. It's actually pretty smart. Okay, so this time we need to get more damage for the primary immunity. How about we get an Alch buff up? Let's just see how this does. I'm gonna wait a second on the Spike Storm as well. Till now. Alright, that was much better. Yeah, okay. And then this and this. Oh yeah, look at how much faster this is. A much, much faster kill. Come on. Fast immunity. Super Monkey Fan Club, you got this. Dude, look at that difference. We went from like a minute to 21 seconds. Okay, really happy with that kill time. Now, the only problem here is I'm not sure how much money I've spent on support category with the 3 villages and the Spike Factory. We're aiming for 25,000 of support sacrifice. That's the amount I want to hit. Because if I hit 25k, all of the towers inside of the Sun Temple's range will get 20% discount, and then get like attack speed bonus, extra damage, and some other really nice buffs. Before I worry about that though, we can probably start the removal of this gemstone next. It costs 50,000. Ideally, we afford this before round 50 hits. Okay, and we actually are able to afford this before the time I was talking about. So, round 48 removal, that's good. And then once this is removed, I'll have 72,000. The Sun Temple cost 108k. I was really hoping I would get the Sun Temple before the tier 2 defend, which if I do get it before the tier 2 defend, I'm most likely not going to be able to afford much defense alongside of the Sun Temple, so it might end up being a slow tier 2 defense. But the thing is, getting the Sun Temple early is going to help me for tier 3, 4, and 5. So I'm okay with sacrificing a slow tier 2 defense to help me out for the future tiers, if that makes sense. Okay, we're actually making money pretty fast from these rounds. They have like increased the amount of income from the regular round set a lot. We're already at 45,000, so I can easily afford the Sun Temple once I get this removal done. Here's what I'm gonna do though. We're gonna back out real quick. I'm gonna hop into Sandbox, and let's see how much money I've spent on the support category, because I know how my discounting went. We had 2 discount villages like this, and then a 3rd one, and underneath 2 discounts I had the Spike Factory, just like this, and I upgraded this top discount village into a primary mentoring. Okay, that actually was really close to 25,000. I only need to spend 675 more on the support category. So we could easily spend 675 by buying bigger radius on 2 villages, but I might spend a little bit extra cash besides that just to play it safe, you know what I'm saying? So let's do this. We'll go bigger radius on both of these, and then on top of that, I will just get an engineer down. I really wish there was a way to just tell how much sacrifices you had inside of the temple without needing to do what I did, you know what I'm saying? There's a mod that allows for that, but it'd be cool if they added it to like the actual game. Okay, And we've got 140k, so I've actually got a lot of money to spend after I get the tempo up. Now let's get the sun tempo up. Perfect. And I did not sacrifice my glue strike or my Super Monkey Fan Club, which was intentional. Now, what abilities should I try to prepare for this tier 3 defend? I think what I'm gonna do, let's first of all, get a Jungle Drums Village in here in discounts. Saving money with discounts is really important. I think I'm gonna try to prep 2 Spike Storms though. We used 1 Spike Storm for tier 1, we used 2 for tier 2. And honestly, what I could maybe do is we're close to level 11 Dorado. Once I get level 11, I'll have a Rejuvenation Potion, and I could use more Spike Storms and maybe another Super Monkey Fan Club. So let's just save the rest of our money and try that out. I never really talked about my hero pick, by the way. Dorado just made the most sense for me because of that Rejuvenation Potion. I don't think there's any other heroes that would have offered as much value. Oh wait, Camel Leads. Well, I guess we need to upgrade these Spike Factories anyways to White Hot Spikes. But I'm gonna die. We need to get it up at the start of this round. Or I just need to have a decamo. I think having a decamo is honestly a smarter play, and we'll get a embrittlement. I want this anyways to add extra damage to my setup. Alright, here we go. First of all, let me just test and see if 2 Spike Storms with the Rejuvenation Potion's enough to take care of the first skull. How much does this cost, by the way? 5k. Okay, so like 7k for that. Alright, go. 2 Spike Storms, Rejuve. 2 Spike Storms again. Actually, surprisingly wasn't. Gotta remember last time I did it though, waiting a second to use the Spike Storms made them deal a lot more damage for some reason, so maybe I'll do that again. But besides that, I can also Pierce buff my Spike Storms with a Mermonkey.
1 eternity later.
Alright, attempt number like 4 on this. Wait a second, Spike Storms. Now, 2 Spike Storms. Make the money for this. Yes. 2 more Spike Storms. And I'm gonna try to afford Super Monkey Fan Club here is my plan. Let me cook. Alright, Glue Strike, Fan Club 1. And we're gonna buy Fan Club 2 so I can use this after the first Fan Club dies off. There we go, perfect. And with the extra money, we'll just upgrade these darts. Come on, Fan Club 2. Use, please. There we go. Come on, pop it. Glue Strike again. I don't know how long I had that Glue Strike available for. This should be enough though. Alright, that was like a minute long defend, basically. Or longer than a minute 10 maybe. I think that was decent for getting the Sun Temple beforehand. I knew getting the Sun Temple beforehand would slow down that defense. Now the only problem is my defense looks super unorganized right now. I kind of have just a bunch of random towers around the map, which definitely isn't optimal. And I need to think about a way I'm going to deal with the primary immunity on the future tiers, because I probably can't rely on Spike Storms anymore. For the other immunities, we can definitely go for Plasma Monkey Fan Club. That's going to be really strong. Alright, we've made it to around 78. I've been doing a little bit of thinking into what defense I want to get. One thing that's coming to mind is a Perma Brew. That's really good on the Fan Club. Extra damage, extra attack speed, extra range, all of that stuff. And it could help buff stuff to take care of the other immunities as well. I don't think I'm going to prepare a Perma Brew though. I feel like that's not going to be the best solution. So here's what I'll do. I'll wait till around 79 hits. I have 2 Rejuvenation Potions available as well, so I can use those to reset cooldowns, which is going to be really nice. And one thing I was considering to deal with that primary immunity fast is an MAD. That could do a ton of damage. The only problem is if I buy an MAD, then I don't think I'm affording a Plasma Monkey Fan Club as well. So let's just see how much money I make from round 79, first of all, before I do anything. Okay, we actually make a lot of money from this round. We're up to like almost 80k. Now, just for testing purposes, how does our current setup look? If I used like both of these abilities... Okay, the Spike Storms do basically no damage at this point. Yeah, that's not going to work well at all, is it? Do I have enough money for an MAD? I do, but I don't have enough for an overclock alongside of it. I almost do. I'm really close. Let's see how this does. I feel like MAD can do decent with an overclock. If I afford the overclock soon, at least. All right. Do I wait to use the MAD ability for when I have overclock for it? Probably the best play. And we can alt buff the MAD as well. All right, go you. Yes. Look at that damage. It's really good. Now I gotta be quick with the Super Monkey Fan Clubs. All right. Let's go this, Spike Storms, Rejuve, more Spike Storms. I can't use the MAD. Yeah, that's the problem with the MAD. It's just taking so long to get through this immunity phase. Even with the Fan Club, I don't have Plasma Monkey Fan Club is the issue. And then the last 2 skulls we can just kill pretty quickly with the MAD ability, is my thought. Yeah, so how long does this take just for testing? We'll be at like 4 minutes, which is a pretty slow kill, all things considered. Okay. And after that tier 3 defense attempt, I honestly did not like how my defenses were looking. I feel like I wasted too much money on tier 2 with building spike storms and upgrading Geraldo. So here's what I did. Lucky for me, I had a save on round 59, so I went back to that and redid the tier 2 defense, but instead of using spike storms, I used druids in my fan club with a call to arms. I feel like the call to arms was a great addition because it buffs all types of towers. And the nice part about going for a druid strategy as well is it kind of fits the same theme as the Super Monkey fan club. It's a spam strategy that works really well with debuffs. So yeah, with this play, I ended up defending the tier 2 boss in about a minute 52, which is roughly 30 seconds slower than last time. But I did not waste money on upgrading Geraldo or spend money on useless spike storms. So now that means when I get to tier 3, my defense can look like this. I added a Cripple Moab, got some more druids down, and got $30,000 left over, which will be used to buy a Plasma Monkey fan club mid-defend. So here we go, 260,000 HP. We use Call to Arms off the start, and the druids basically just have to deal with this immunity alone, with the Cripple Moab helping out. That's the nice part about the Cripple Moab. The other debuffs in the game are all primary, like the glue debuff and this ice debuff, so the druids can't really benefit off of those during the first immunity phase. But since I have the sniper, now the druids are dealing extra damage. And then right at this timing, I am able to afford the Plasma Monkey fan club as well, so I buy that, use the ability, use glue strike, and that's chunking down the boss HP pretty quickly, as I save up to get an embrittlement on my side as well. But before I get that embrittlement up, we use our first rejuvenation potion from Geraldo. All of the abilities come back off cooldown. Call to Arms again, glue strike again, PMFC again, and get the embrittlement up. Then use our second rejuvenation potion. Follow the same process one more time. Defend in the tier 3 boss in 3:23, which is about 40 seconds faster through tier 3 than I had with my previous setup. Now we resume the live commentary. Okay, we finally beat tier 3. Oh my gosh, that took a long time to redo everything and optimize it, but I feel like I'm in a much better standing this time around with the Plasma Monkey fan club, Cripple Moab, and Druid spam. So hopefully we can fly through tier 4 and 5 because I only have an hour 15 remaining to complete this event. We're running out of time, guys. So what do I think I'm going to add next? Probably that permabrew I was talking about beforehand would be a really good addition. I don't think I'm actually going to remove this 100k thing, because if I did try to remove this, I'd have 100k less to defend like tier 4 boss in order to get 60k more for tier 5, and I feel like that's not a trade I want to make. On the bright side, these rounds are actually giving me a lot of income now. It has ramped up a decent bit. We've already made 51,000 in like 6 rounds, so that's really good. Okay, let's add the permabrew. I have enough money for it now. Actually, I have more than enough money because I forgot about the tempo discount. Yeah, 41.4k. And then what I can also add, because the permabrew right now can't reach everything, obviously, so I should get a heli just out of the way, underneath discounts at least, and get support Chinook. And inside of the next 8 rounds, I should have more than enough time to brew everything. Let's just buy faster throwing on this as well, though, because that'll distribute the brew faster. All right, bring it up here now. The whole bottom side of towers are brewed. This is good. I've got 25k remaining, so I'm thinking I'd probably add a homeland defense for tier 3, and then maybe afford extra stuff but beyond that, like Super Brittle, for example. All of those are really good additions. So let's buy homeland defense. I have enough money for Super Brittle, which is fantastic. And then we'll make money mid-defend to use rejuvenation potions as well. My only concern is it might take a while to break through the primary immunity because I don't have that many druids. But then once we get through that, we can spam Plasma Monkey fan clubs with rejuvenations to transform all of these and go crazy. I think I've prepared my defenses a little bit better this time. Homeland defense off the start. We're gonna buy Super Brittle mid-defend. And we have all the druids in strong target this time. Last time, I think I had them on first, which was a mistake. Come on, let's get homeland defense again. Yes. Move this here. Buy Super Brittle as well. Okay. I should also get an embrittlement next to it. I can afford. Wait a second. Before I get embrittlement, this, homeland defense, embrittlement now, upgrade these darts. Okay, this is good, this is good. Let's use these abilities again. Rejuvenate, buy enhanced eyesight on some of the back ones. Homeland defense. Okay, wait till Plasma Monkey fan club dies off. Again. Alright, last damage stage, we got this. This is a quick kill, or this is a pretty good kill at least, I'd like to say. Yep. Alright, that was fine. I think that was somewhat good. I'll take it. 522. Now here's the thing, I don't know what to add to our setup next. I've got all the debuffs in here. Super Brittle, Embrittlement, Cripple Moab, Glue Strike. I guess I gotta upgrade this to Glue Storm, but Glue Strike adds the same amount of damage. So it makes me think we just spam more towers, but like I'm gonna run out of space spamming more towers. I gotta get like 5th tiers in here probably. I think one 5th tier I definitely want to get is a Century Champion. That's really good. This upgrade's really good. And then another one I could maybe get alongside of that is Avatar of Wrath. But Century Champion works really well with Homeland Defense and the debuffs I've got going on. Also, one thing I can do in the meantime as well is move some of these Dart Monkeys into better locations. The Dart Monkeys at the very top aren't very good because I have the primary immunity a lot of the time when these guys are going to be attacking. One other thing I should do is move my Plasmonkey Fan Club, because the Plasmonkey Fan Club transforms the darts closest to it, so I don't really want it transforming these low tier darts on the right that I bought for some reason. Better to move it in the center of this group, basically. And I could, in theory, get an Ultra Boost. That's actually one thing I'm considering. I should have bought Ultra Boost before Century Champion, in hindsight, because I could have gotten more Ultra Boost stacks off. But I think that's going to be a good purchase. Actually, never mind. There's no way that's a good purchase, because I'd only be able to Ultra Boost like one thing, that being the Century Champion. And I might not even be able to get 10 stacks off in 5 rounds either. I definitely should get an Overclock though, that's without a doubt. Overclock's smart. I think I'm just gonna save the rest of my money and we can test some defenses on tier 5 because I'm not sure what the best option's gonna be yet. I don't know how I want to play it. Oh my gosh, I sold! Why'd I leave? I can't rejoin! Oh my gosh, I am the dumbest person of all time. In the last hour of the event, if you leave, you can't rejoin. I had to stay in. That is so frustrating. What was my time? 5:22. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I'm not going to be able to submit a score, unfortunately. But what I can do is hop into my modded account and recreate my defense and see how long it will take us to defend tier 5, basically. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the modded account. I think I've pretty perfectly remade my defense and aligned the money left over as well. You can see the boss statistics are the same, besides the fact I could not put in the modifiers for the regular balloons, so it might change the result by a little bit. It's not a one-to-one copy, but it's pretty solid. So what am I going to do with my $83,000 here? We're going to give an invisibility potion to my Sun Temple, and I think the best things to add is most likely an Energizer. That'll give me reduced ability cooldowns on the Plasmonkey Fan Club and the Homeland Defense, and this Overclock. Then on top of that, I can go for a... what's it called? Coal to Arms, yes. And I've still got 34k remaining. That's almost enough for Avatar of Wrath. We can probably buy Avatar of Wrath mid-defend. But I think all of those are solid purchases. Okay. Let's Overclock this Century Champion before we start. Homeland Defense. And go. Oh, one other thing you need to keep in mind. The current timer is at 1607. And inside of my run, I was at 522 through 4 tiers. So basically, we're just going to be looking for the tier 5 split. I did not, like, align the other tier kills with the same amount of time, if that makes sense. Either way, let's go. How much damage is this guy doing? A pretty solid amount, yeah. The Century Champion is really good. We're gonna wait for Homeland Defense to die off, and then we're gonna apply Coal to Arms, is my plan. So let's try to time this. Wait. Coal to Arms now, yes. Let's move my Super Brittle. Super Brittle's not even attacking right now anyways, because it's primary immunity. We gotta be ready with our heli and moving everything accordingly. That's super important. Oh wait, we can buy Avatar of Wrath as well. Perfect. Made sure to do that mid-defend. I do have 2 rejuvenation potions from Geraldo. I think I'm gonna wait until we get through primary immunity to use those though. Just that way, I can use it to help my Plasmonkey Fan Club as well, which is probably where the majority of the damage is gonna come from. All right, let's move you down here. It's taken me about a minute actually to get through his primary immunity. That's taking a while. Not the best sign. Or not even a minute to get through the rock layer of the primary immunity. Not just the primary immunity. Yeah. 5 million HP is a lot to get through on a Chimps boss, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really hoping the damage speeds up though towards the end. Look at all of these sentries, by the way. That's a ton. Let's go Coal to Arms now. Perfect. We're almost through. Let's move the Embrittlement down here. Let's go Homeland Defense, please. Overclock you again. Plasmonkey Fan Club. And we'll use a Rejuvenation Potion now. Okay. And just use Homeland Defense, Plasmonkey Fan Club off cooldown. I might want to use both my Rejuvenation Potions here. Or do I want to save my other one? I'm not sure when the best timing to use Rejuvenation Potions are. That's the thing. Okay. Ready to use Super Monkey Fan Club again? Now. Why does this start targeting upwards? I guess strong targeting is bad. We'll put you on first. I think strong targeting technically prioritizes the rocks over the boss, which is weird. So that's why my cripple mob's also on first. I don't want the cripple mob targeting the rocks. Oh, glue strike. Glue strike. Did I have glue strike available that entire time? I might have. I might have made a big mistake there. You know what? Let's just use the other rejuvenation potion. Screw it. I want to keep the Super Monkey Fan Club going. Alright, we made it to magic immunity. That's good. Homeland defense now. Perfect. We're doing really solid here. Normal fan club. Glue strike again. I can actually upgrade this to a glue storm. Might as well do that. It's been, what, about 3 minutes so far? Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a slow kill. Let's go cold arms. I think Homeland wore off. I need to get through this magic immunity. PMFC? Oh, the PMFC might have been a good idea to wait on the PMFC as well, because I have cold arms going. You want to ideally pair Homeland defense with that, right? I think we're doing decent, all things considered, though. Move this here. Homeland defense. Okay. We're doing all right. Actually, soon we're going to get a rejuvenation potion restocked. I'm not sure if it's fair to use this, though, because I'm playing with a different round set than the boss actually has. I don't know if my rejuvenation potion will get restocked in the actual boss fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use another one of those, just to keep things fair. Alright, PMSC again. Yes. We're almost to last damage stage. Oh, it's leaving the range of all my darts now, though. Alright, move you here. Can I get underneath the jungle drums? Yes. Perfect. Homeland defense. Oh wait, why am I moving it? This doesn't even do damage anymore. Yeah. So basically, the Avatar of Wrath and the Druids are the main thing dealing damage at this point. I guess darts can maybe sometimes deal a little bit of damage. Some of the darts can sometimes reach. Okay. I definitely want to be overclocking my Avatar of Wrath then. Come on, overclock it? Yes, this actually has done 1.7 million during this defend. Avatar of Wrath is kind of crazy. Move Embrittlement, Homeland defense here. Oh man, we're almost 5 minutes deep into this defend. I don't know, we're not going to be sub 10 minutes for our total time, there's no way. Tier 5 takes forever. There's definitely a couple mistakes I made in Tier 5. I could optimize this more for sure, but I think we'll just take what I can get. I pretty much screwed up my run anyways when I backed out with less than an hour remaining, so I couldn't like get back into it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's just finish this thing off. Come on, Glue Storm. Overclock you again. Let's go Avatar of Wrath. And 21... What is that? 21, 15, 16? Looks like about 21:20. Yeah, 21:20 was the ending time. Okay. And looking through the footage, it was a 5-minute, 13-second split for Tier 5, which means my total time would have theoretically been about 10 minutes and 35 seconds. So yes, a very interesting boss event. I wish I didn't wait till last minute to start this. Kind of lost track of time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. Rhyme like out. Peace, guys. Have a good one.